Okay, good morning. If you've joined, we will begin our all levels 60-minute yoga aimed to heat up the body and be energizing in about 5 minutes. Okay, good morning. We're going to start class in about 3 minutes. We're going to do, it's a 60-minute class, but we're going to do some heat building, energizing, really aiming to move the body as we always do, but more purposely heating up this morning on this strangely cold morning in May. So welcome. We'll start in 3 minutes. Okay, we're going to begin in a couple moments. So good morning. My name is Joanna, and this is a 60-minute morning flow. So hopefully you have everything you need. Really, all you need is a mat, your breath, and just to be here. All right, well, let's get started in child's pose. So you'll make your way to your mat. If you've never done child's pose before, forehead meets the mat. And the knees come wide, toes together to touch. If the knees wide is too much, you bring the knees a little more narrow, and you just let your hips sink back. And I'm a big fan of this pose because it allows us to stretch our back, our hips, our quads, but it also gives us an opportunity to ground, to arrive where we are preparing for our practice. Even though the time here on our mat might be finite, it definitely gives us an opportunity to prepare for what's ahead. And we'll take 5 breaths here in child's pose. So begin by noticing sensation, noticing where the breath goes, and simply follow that. The belly gets full, you feel that pressure against the legs, the belly empties, and the seat drops back a little closer to the heels. And just 3 more breathing into the shape. You're welcome to rock the head a little side to side, massage the temples. In fact, it can be nice to roll the head over to one side and take a couple breaths there. And roll it to the opposite side, a breath in and out. And coming back to center, we'll take 1 more big breath in. Let the breath go. We'll glide up to tabletop, shoulders landing over the wrists, and we're going to thread the needle. Right arm comes out to the side, or it may sweep all the way up to the sky. Gaze follows. Right arm comes under the left. Your right cheek to the mat, or a block if it won't reach. Left arm can extend in front of you, or it can simply be placed just to the side of your face, elbow bent. And this is an all levels class, so I'll cue the practice. I'll do some of it with you, but know that there's alignment. There are some good practices, tips, or not tips, guidelines to our practice, foundation, but do what you feel will open up the body and open up space to breathe. If you move a little creatively, 1 more full breath in, we'll come back to center, tabletop, down the back, cat, drop your head, shake it out, let it go. Come back to neutral, we'll thread the needle on the other side, left arm opens. This time the left arm sweeps under, left shoulder drops. Resist the urge to pull the hips back. Let them land right over the knees, and instead take this into the left side body. I can feel it all the way through the left side body, through to my left glute even, and maybe the side of the neck. Breathing just as you did in child's pose. Full breath in, full breath out. Arms extended overhead or bent elbow, hand to the side of your mat. Whatever allows you a little more space. In fact, wiggle the head a little bit away from the chest. Yeah, breath in. Let it go. Come back up to tabletop. Once you arrive, an inhale drops the belly, lifts the chest. And an exhale presses the earth away as you round, drop the head, shake out all that tension. Coming back through tabletop, we'll tuck the toes under and find downward facing dog. So hips up and back. First down dog of the morning. I know some of you like to warm up with down dog when you're waiting for class to start, but whether it's your first, I think it might be snowing. Wow. Okay. We will not let that get in the way of our practice. Bend one knee, then the other. Find this inverted V shape, primarily lengthening the spine. And then really root down through the hands, not to dump into the wrists. We don't want to dump forward, but we want to Ignite the hands like we could press the mat forward in front of us. Big breath in, big breath out. Now for the next 3 breaths, move around in your down dog. Wiggle the hips, bend one knee then the other. Rise up onto tippy toes. Whatever allows you to fill this mold, this shape we've created. The practice in a meditation is called tagging, when you simply bring your attention to your toes, your heels, your shoulders. Really beautiful way to get present. Full breath in, full breath out. All right, next breath in, let's push off the toes and the balls of the feet to high plank. So you let your body land, straight spine. And if you feel yourself dipping too much towards the mat, rather than lift the hips, ignite the arms. Really press the earth away. Gaze slightly forward of your mat. Take a big breath in, high plank. And then up and back, downward facing dog. Breath in. Exhale out through the heels. All right, let's glide up to high plank. This time we'll hold for 3. Ignite the arms. Spread the fingers wide, 2. Take another big breath in, squeeze the thighs towards each other, and then up and back, downward facing dog. Breath in, big breath out. Glide up to high plank. Nice. This time for 5, 4, feel the belly shake. 3, 2, another full breath in, up and back, downward facing dog. Breath in, reset. Deep breath out, we begin again. Let's take the right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Roll the ankle, bend the knee, open the hip, gaze at your hands, and then hug your knee to your nose. Step your right foot to your right hand, you're in a low lunge. It's an inhale, simply to be in this low lunge, chest rising over the front knee. And then it's an exhale to straighten the back leg, chest drops towards your front thigh. So you're beginning to straighten the front leg as well. It's a modified pyramid. In fact, walk your hands back. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths to get this rounding through the spine and the stretch through the legs. Full breath in, head heavy, full breath out. Chest gets even heavier. It might meet that front thigh. You walk your hands back. Let it go. Another deep breath in. Deep breath out. All right, we'll glide back to this low lunge. See your front toes, your front foot. Gaze slightly forward and keep the left hand down, either on a block or the mat. Right arm towards the sky. Simple twist. Opening the chest. Wringing out the belly. Back leg probably still opening. Just here, breath in. Breath out. Take another deep breath in. And then hands to the mat. We'll step forward, front. Big toes touch. Inhale, find a flat back, shoulder blades together, gaze down. Once you're full, exhale, forward fold. Grab the backs of your heels. Once you need to fill again, come all the way to standing. Press the earth away. Tadasana, sweep the arms overhead. And then hands to heart center, exhale. Nice, we'll take the arms again up. This time we'll take an open arm twist, standing to the right. Arms wide. Right foot pressing down. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Left foot rooting and steering the hips front. Big breath in to center. Let's do that again. Exhale. One more time through center. One more time to the left. Okay, one more time through center. But then this time forward fold. So bend the knees as much as you need and take a big bend in the knees for modifying for back, mid back. Inhale, find a flat back. And then exhale, step back, high plank. Hold here. Deep breath in. And then up and back, downward facing dog. Sweep the left leg high. Same thing, roll the ankle. Bend the knee, open up your hip. Big breath in. Knee to nose, come forward. Step your left foot to your left hand. We're in this low lunge. Heart extending up and over the front knee. Big breath in, Now the legs begin to straighten as the hips move back. So that left glute steers towards your back heel. And the hands walk back, signaling that the chest can drop, the head can go. Shoulders heavy. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Breath in. Let the head be heavy. Breath out. Let the chest lie right on the thigh if it reaches. Gliding back forward into that low lunge. Right hand stays down, left arm high for a twist. Definitely prop yourself up on your fingertips on that right side if you don't have a block. More space as we begin to open up the body. Notice as the breath is lengthening. It's good. One more breath in. Hands to the mat. Step it forward front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hinge at the hips, head heavy. Inhale, press down through the feet. Ignite the legs, come to standing Tadasana. Hands to heart center. This is the end of our integration phase. We begin again. Let's start with an Om this morning, the sound of A-U-M, grounding us right where we are. On an exhale, let's fill first. Big breath in. Even as we stand here for this moment, let's stand as tall as possible. No one watching, nothing to demonstrate, but just to stand in our bodies and our strength. Heels rooting, elbows lifting as the hands press together. We'll inhale, sweep the arms high, gaze up. And then it's a forward fold on your exhale. Pull the hips back, press down through the heels. You'll inhale to a flat back. And then you'll step back, this time to high plank. You'll come to low plank, knees up or down. You'll choose a back bend, so it's either upward facing or I'm going to take baby cobra all the way to the earth, heart forward. Either way, full, expanding through the chest. And then up and back, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. You're going to do 6 sun salutations this morning. I'm going to cue you through them, do them at your pace. It's a little more than we usually do, but we're really going to get into a rhythm, let the repetition, let the breath take over the mind and heat up the body, warm up the muscles. So bend your knees a lot in down dog, pull your seat back, front of the mat, exhale. Once you land, find a flat back, and then forward fold, give it away. Press down through the feet, feel that journey to standing all the way up the front line of the body, and then dive forward, exhale. Hands to shin spine length, hands to the mat, your chaturanga, knees up or down. The inhale opens up the front line, the heart, and the exhale takes you up and back, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Here we go. Second one. Bend the knees, Phil. Look forward. See where you're going in front of the mat. Find length. Give it away. Find the rhythm of your breath. Come to standing. And then set it free. Hinging. Inhale, length. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, high plank. Press the earth away as you lower against it. Back bend of your choice as you fill. I'm going to take it back to high plank and downward facing dog. Breath in. Sigh it away. Bend the knees, fill. Look forward. Keep it moving. Breath energizing us in. So notice if you're holding, hinging. Let it flow. Come to standing halfway there. Dive it forward. Exhale. Hands to shins, neck long. Hands to the mat. Sit back with the left foot if you haven't yet. High to low. Stay with the breath. Opening you up. And up and back. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Side away if you need. Then bend the knees. Inhale. Front of the mat. Exhale. Sun salutation. Lengthening. Giving it away. Folding. Root to rise, go up, maybe gaze up, and then dive forward, exhale, head heavy. Hands to shins, hands to the mat, chaturanga, high to low, stay with it, every movement, every transition, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Okay, here we go, number 5, tippy toes, seat way back, and then walk or hop, take it forward. Find length, spread the feet. Dive, release. Sweep to standing, arms wide, then up, maybe palms touch. Dive it forward, exhale. Hands to shins, hands to the mat. Chaturanga. Keep the heart open, not rounding. Then a big back bend if you've got it. And then downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Last one. Tippy toes, lift the heels. Seat back, bend the knees. Front of the mat. Breath in, warming, opening the body. Breath out, engaging the belly to hinge. Sweep to standing, tall as you've stood yet. And then dive forward, exhale. Hands to shins. Hands to the mat. Your chaturanga. If you're in up dog, squeeze the heels towards each other. And downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. And we're going to stop at 6 sun salutations, but we're stuck at home like we all are, just in general stuck energy. Like 10 sun salutations, and you just don't feel like moving, all of a sudden you're there, or whatever number it is for you, that repetition, moving the body. So you're always welcome to do more or less throughout class. We'll begin again from downward facing dog. A big breath in. Full breath out. Gazing back at your feet. You're going to walk your hands there. So walk your hands back. Forward folding. Shake the head out. And then begin to rise to standing. Back of your mat. Standing tall, Tadasana. You're going to take your hands to your thighs. As you bend your knees, imagine you could press the tops of your thigh bones back towards your seat. Yeah, that's preparing for Utkatasana, like we're sitting back into a chair. And then the arms lift overhead. Utkata, intense. I think the ta in Sanskrit is intense. Also known as awkward pose, lightning pose. And the trick is you could even take your hands to your shoulders and try to sink a little deeper. Notice if the shoulders start to round forward. Roll them back, drawing the shoulder blades together. Imagine I have my hand right between your shoulder blades. I'm lifting, even as you sink your seat lower towards that fire, the flame. Heels rooting, toes spreading. Light here as much as possible, even if it's just through the face or the mind. Take another big breath in. Sit a little deeper and then press the earth away to stand. Tadasana, front of your mat. We're going to, back of the mat. We're going to walk to the front of the mat. Big breath in. Big breath out. From standing on your right foot, lift the left knee. And with the left knee lifted, hands to heart center, you'll kick it back to find crescent lunge. Yeah, so take your time getting there, a little wobbly, that's okay. Crescent lunge, hands at heart center, deep bend through the front thigh. You might take a couple bounces, really feel the legs, feel the feet, anything that's touching the earth, and then take the arms overhead. Breath in, softening breath out. It's also we're reconnecting to the earth on an exhale. 3 breaths here to walk your gaze up the wall in front of you, that natural back bend through the expansion of the breath. Feel the back of the neck, that spot where the back of the neck meets the head, the skull. Imagine that lifting. Imagine the ears lifting. Roof of the mouth lifting. Take another full breath in, and then open up, warrior 2. Drop your back foot, rebend your front knee. Gaze over your front fingertips. Same thing here as in Utkatasana, the shoulders If you close your eyes or even take your hands to your shoulders, you feel them rounding forward. You kind of roll them back. That'll lift the chest. And spread the fingers wide. Back thigh turning in to find that back heel. Virabhadrasana 1. If the front thigh is burning, good. But don't forget about the back leg. Breath in, breath out. All right, take another big breath in. Flip the front palm, left hand can come to your left hip. And you'll come up and back. Reverse your warrior. Drop your left shoulder, open up the throat, take a deep breath in. And then hands to hips. You're gonna pivot back into crescent lunge. I know it's awkward, but you'll get there gracefully or you'll just get there. And then from crescent lunge, you'll take the arms overhead once again, or you can keep them at your hips and you'll slowly lower your back knee. So this is a supported lunge. We're gonna take hands to heart center for our twist. So many of you will come forward over your front thigh, and then you'll twist the left elbow across your right knee. Palms stay pressing together. And then there's this lifting away from the front thigh. So the spine stays very long. Full breath in, full breath out. If you're rounding, release the bind and just lift your chest. Twisting. And we're gonna ring it out here for 5. So if you're not already practicing Ujjayi, it's impossible for me while I'm speaking, but in and out through the nose. You'll feel that that entirety of the body filling from like the base of the spine through the chest. On an inhale, and you'll feel that whole action on an exhale. From the top to the bottom. All right, ring it out, another full breath in. Squeeze the right thigh towards you. And then hands to the mat. Release and walk your right foot out to the edge of your mat. It's a short lizard lunge. So just let that right hip open. Anything that can drop towards the earth, let it. Just keep the heart shining forward towards the front of the room. Breath in. Breath out. Keep it simple. We stay right here. Letting the mind be present in what's happening in the body. Anything that arises, thoughts, the mind wanders, we just let it and it will pass. Take another full breath in. And then exhale, walk your right foot back to center. Pop your back knee up. You're in that low lunge. And then the right leg's gonna sweep up and back, 3-legged dog. And then it's gonna sweep back forward. For warrior 1, you'll walk your back foot out. Sweep the arms overhead. Virabhadrasana 1, we're still on this right leg for 3 breaths. You can take the arms and cactus. You could sweep them back behind you and interlace, dropping your knuckles. Keep the breath moving. Keep the heart open. 1 more big breath in, and then you'll release to the earth. Once again, find that low lunge. Take your right leg back, 3-legged dog. This time we're gonna flip the dog. So set it up, find space, let that right foot get heavy. Both feet meet on the earth. Inhale opens the heart. And you're here for 5. Imagine you had a block, excuse me, a block between the thighs. And you didn't want to drop it. Keeps the thighs hugging, ignites the heels to press the earth away. And the back bend has more space, comes more naturally through that foundation. Take another full breath in. Come back to downward facing dog. Breath in, deep breath out. You're welcome to flow through before we take the other side. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Really nice work. Breath in. Set it free. So good to bring it in and let it go. Just like the thoughts in our mind, just like the clouds or the changing weather in the sky. Before we take the other side, we're going to take a small detour for side plank. So you'll glide up to high plank. You'll bring the feet together to touch, and we only have two sides, so start with whichever one you'd like, dropping the heels to the side. I'll drop mine to the left. Left arm takes the weight, right arm high. Body-60. Right arm can extend. Armpit spinning down. You look at that beautiful lengthening around the shoulder blade. Core working to lift you. Breath big, maybe messy sometimes, but then we bring it back to that rhythm. Another full breath in. High plank. All right, take it to the other side. Side plank, Vashisthasana. The greatest one. Something about standing tall, even though we're tipped on the side, so the arm is working, hand pressing the earth away, but so are the legs, the core, threading that all together. Top arm maybe extending, another full breath in. High to low plank, or we'll meet you in downward facing dog. Big breath in. Deep breath out. Really nice work. Breath in. Breath out. Let's walk our hands back towards our feet. Back of the mat. Now come to Tadasana, standing. Breath in. Hands to the tops of the thighs. Press the thigh bones back when you find your seat. To find your seat. And then arms overhead, another chair pose, Utkatasana. And every time we breathe in and the chest fills, it's an opportunity to fill the mold of the body. So the chest fills and lifts the back body. We feel the breath. Feel it like we're inflating a balloon, full from all the sides, all around. All right, another big breath in. Press the earth away to stand. Let's walk to the front of the mat as we arrive to Tadasana. Full breath in. Full breath out. Okay, left leg takes the weight, right knee lifts. Hands to heart center to steady us to step the right foot back for crescent lunge. So now the left leg leads. We find our foundation, feel the back toes, a little bouncing, moving around to feel the hips, the legs. And it can make all the difference in the world. Gaze forward or gaze slightly up. Every little thing we do, changing the experience in the body. Arms shift overhead, and that's good to know. We don't have to sit, unless we're sitting in something, grow for a purpose. We don't have to necessarily sit in one thing for too long, or if it's not where we need to be. Arms reach overhead. You'll take another full breath in, and then you'll open up warrior two. So you'll adjust the back foot, deep bend through that front thigh. And I think I've said this on a few classes, but if you are someone that's practiced a long time and you want to advance your practice, I mean, every day we show up with something different. So we're changing, we're putting that practice into play, but you can go really deep through your front thigh in warrior two. Seek that 90 degree, but don't tweak the back knee as a result. Keep your alignment. Arms stretching wide, pinky slightly tractioning back to make space for the heart to come through. 3 breaths here. Let that fire build, let anything build that is, and be okay with it, just breathing through it. All right, go flip the front palm, come up and back, reverse your warrior. Maybe right hand to your right hip, right shoulder dropping, big breath in. And then hands to hips, we pivot on the back foot to come back into that low lunge. Maybe it's like a little pivot hop kind of thing. Arms can be overhead or they can be at your hips as you slowly lower the back knee. We're gonna get ready to twist, hands to heart center. So we'll come forward over the front thigh, heart turning to come up and over that front knee, spine long, then we twist. And the beauty of the hands pressing together here, if you can feel sensation deeply at the heels, much like our feet on the earth. The toes or the fingers of your hand, much like the toes of the foot, they're long and light, and then there's space in between. An exchange of energy, leverage as we press the hands together to broaden the back. And we'll twist for 3, for 2. Take another full breath in. Hold out the top. And then exhale, let's bring the hands down to frame the front foot. We'll find that lizard lunge by walking the left foot to the edge of the mat, opening the hip. Short lizard lunge, but effective. You can sort of move around a little side to side. Nothing in this practice is fixed. It's good to question. It's good to have repetition of what we know works. Practice. That doesn't mean we can't discover something new. All right, take another full breath in. And then walk the foot back to center. Find that low lunge. Back knee pops up. Left leg sweeps to the sky. And then it sweeps back forward for your warrior 1. Stance gets a little wider. Back foot drops. Arms sweep overhead. Breath in. Breath out. Settle your gaze. And there's this center between the feet. It's sort of where the thighs hug in and up towards. Even as we press the feet down and away from each other, there's a hugging in and up. Your Virabhadrasana 1, another full breath in. And then take your hands to the mat. Once again, finding 3-legged dog, left leg high. This time you'll bend your knee, open up your hip, and we'll flip our dogs. So find your feet parallel. Walk the heels far enough away from the body to back bend. You've got 3 more breaths here. What can you let go of to make this feel a little lighter? Where can you root and leverage? It's rebounding, generally through the feet. Take another full breath in, and then come back downward facing dog. Breath in, and you're welcome to flow. Breath out. Really nice work. Breath in, and sigh it away. All right, let's bend the knees a lot from down dog. Pull your seat back, front of the mat, exhale. Come all the way to standing Tadasana. And then last chair pose of the morning. Drop your seat. Maybe go a little deeper than you did before, or just come in to what you know and breathe a little bigger. Maybe that's the shift. Letting the breath expand side to side, letting yourself finish the breath, and maybe even finding Kumbhaka. I love that breath retention, the place in between. Sit a little deeper, find a big breath in, and then release, come to standing. All right, let's shift weight back into the right foot. And we're gonna take our left hand to our left knee, right hand to hip. Standing on the right leg, we'll open up the left knee. Some of you might catch your big toe and extend your leg. But don't lose the extension through the standing leg. Maybe gazing over to the right even. Take another full breath in. Bring that left knee back to center. Catch your left knee with your right hand, and it's a twist. Left elbow drawing back, or maybe the left arm extending. Take one more big breath in. Come back to center. Keep the left knee lifted and turn it into eagle. So bend the standing leg, wrap your thighs together. Maybe the arms stay open, the chest stays open, and that's enough. Or you sweep the left arm under the right. Once you have that bind, imagine the elbows trying to reach towards the window or the wall in front of you, but the shoulder blades or the shoulder heads pulling back. So they're pulling away from one another as you sink a little deeper, full breath in, and then release to standing. Shake up the legs, fill it up, and let it go. Okay, left leg takes the weight as the right knee lifts, right hand to your knee. And then you'll open up the right knee. Maybe you'll extend the leg, grabbing the big toe with your peace fingers. And when we extend the leg, we always try to get the leg really straight. Maybe without the proper space that we need through the standing leg. So if you are straightening the right leg, keep pressing down through your standing heel and lengthening the spine, tipping the pelvis under on an exhale. Breath in, bring that knee back to center, pass it to your left hand, right hand to hip, twisting, maybe opening your arm. All right, take another big breath in. And then come back to center, arms overhead. We'll turn it into eagle. Bend the standing knee, wrap the thighs together. Maybe the right arm sweeps under the left. And you find your drishti straight ahead, that sort of blurred image of your hands. Elbows reaching forward, shoulders pulling away. I love this Guru Ram Das, and he always says, not stuffing it down, not pushing it away, but just being right with it. That's the center, that's being present with what is. Take a full breath in, and then come to standing release. Really nice work, pedal out the legs. Left leg's gonna take the weight now. Or no, I'm sorry, that's the right leg. Give the left a break. For dancer's pose, we'll reach back for our left foot. And I've been experimenting with dancer out of necessity and just staying the prep of this pose. So with the left knee bent, right arm lifting and breathing and walking my gaze up towards the ceiling. So there's plenty there to stretch the left shoulder, to back bend with the back knee bent, or you begin to tip forward into your traditional dancer's alignment, left foot kicking back, right hand reaching forward. Breath in, breath out. Last opportunity to create space between the front hand and the back foot. Big breath in, and to standing release. Okay, we'll shift to the opposite side. Left leg takes the weight, reach back to catch your right ankle, left arm reaching. And this may be enough, or you take it into dancer. The key with dancer, the trick, is to not let the lifted knee wing out to the side. And so we bring the knee back, and then we don't get as deep through the back bend, and then we start to think, oh, we're not doing it right too much. No, concentrate on one thing at a time. What you know, build from the ground up. Know that you're doing enough. And always come back to the breath. Another full breath in. And to standing release. Beautiful job. Sweep the arms overhead, gaze up, and then let it go. Exhale, hinging. Hands to shins. Hands to the mat for your chaturanga, or we'll meet in downward facing dog. Big breath in and side away. All right, from down dog, you're gonna sweep your right leg up and back, and then you'll step it through for warrior one. You'll land, boom, on the breath in, and then exhale, open warrior two, breath out. Flip your front palm, come up and back, reverse your warrior, and then it's side angle lunge. So gazing forward first in your side angle before you get into this deep twist. Gaze forward past your front knee. Lengthen your spine. Put your hand on your belly. Feel it get full on an inhale, on an exhale, maybe a little flatter. I don't know about you guys, but definitely belly getting a little bigger at this during stay at home. Left arm reaching, gaze following, and then you can begin to rotate. Once you know the spine's nice and long, maybe you gaze to the left, the chest is gonna follow, the belly's gonna respond to your gaze, and you're here for 3. Stay with it, 2. Take another big breath in and come out of it. Press the earth away to straighten the front leg. Pivot your back leg up a little closer, and we're gonna come into half moon. So we're gonna shift weight into the right leg. Find a block in front of your right foot. Whatever you take for this pose. Just make sure the right toes point forward. So natural for the toes to come in, but we want to set a really strong standing foot. And then the gaze, once again, can come to the left. Eventually, maybe the left arm reaches, gaze follows. You've got this for 5, 4, 3, press through the back heel, 2, another big breath in, gaze down, feet together to touch. Pass the block to your left hand. We're gonna come into half moon on the other side, this time from the ground up. Right leg lifts. This is a really nice opportunity coming from the ground up to see if we need to move the block to get our shoulder over our wrist. Back leg, same action as the other side. Like kickboxing. I feel like this was a move in kickboxing when that was really popular. Like a roundhouse kick. We're really pressing through, or Taibo, if anyone remembers that. Pressing through the back heel, back leg long. Maybe gazing up. Oop, falling out is good too. Breath in, breath out. One more big breath in. Coming back to your fold, come all the way to standing, sweep the arms overhead, and hands to heart center. One more time, sweep the arms overhead, this time forward fold, exhale. Hands to shin spine length, step it back, high plank, move through your flow if you need a chaturanga or downward facing dog. Breath in, and let it go. Left leg takes the sky. Step it forward, warrior 1. Let's set this up on the other side. Warrior 1. Big warrior 2. Exhale. Love transitioning on a breath out into poses. You just take up a lot of space. You flip your front palm reverse and form to your front thigh. And there are really big, genuine snowflakes happening. Gazing past your front knee, lengthening the spine. From the navel all the way to the sternum. And then when you're ready, you begin to rotate. It's like a hand on a clock, ticking. With the movements we make in this practice, we want to feel every second, literally, in those movements of how we get to where we arrive, because there's so much learning there and sensation. It's a real luxury if we can slow it down, build that awareness. Take another full breath in. Press the earth away to straighten the front leg, to shift the back foot up for half moon. We were just here. Now we're coming from the lifted position into half moon. So we're shifting forward. Standing foot spreads wide, left hand finds a block or the earth right into your hip. We're gonna go right through the window here. Right arm reaching. Maybe this time, second round here, you reach back and find your foot. A little baby back bend. Maybe even the left hand comes to your heart or your shoulder. And you're able to come to standing. Otherwise, you do it safely the way you come out of it, Tadasana. And we've got half moon on the other side. So this time starting from the ground, foundation, block down, hinging. Right foot, the foundation, left foot reaching back. And then we've got to purposely bring the chest a little further forward, lengthening. And the second time on this side, same option to bend the back knee and catch your foot, a little back bend. Maybe the right hand comes to your chest. I think I'm gonna skip that. No, I'll try it. No, skip it. And then you come to standing. All right, Tadasana, full breath in, side away. Sweep the arms overhead and dive forward, exhale. Hands to shins, length. Hands to the mat, chaturanga, or meet us in down dog. Or you can always take a high plank to low plank, press the earth away. So many options. Don't ever feel like you can't do a class, or when we do go back to the studio and we have, I guess, less control over what we're watching and how we're practicing. And you're in a studio and you're frustrated, do what you know. Trust your instincts. That is the yoga. And a teacher can only meet so many people at once where they are. So be a part of that. Full breath in. Full breath out. Glide up to high plank. Lower to low plank. Come back to high plank. Hold. Lower to low plank. Back to high plank. Hold. One more time to lower to low plank. Back to high plank. This time to lower to low and hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Arms behind you. I'm out of breath and I've only done like half of what you guys have done. I guess we're never out of breath because the breath is there. My breath is sped up. Full inhale. Full exhale. One more time. Big breath in. Soften towards the mat. Feel what's underneath you. And we'll set up for Shalabhasana A. It's called locust pose. So your belly's on the earth, everything's on the earth, including your forehead. Shoulders roll forward here so the palms can come down. And then you lift the chest. Shoulders start to lift and roll back. Press down to the tops of the feet. Arms can lift as well on the legs, but keep the toes, the big toes, seeking each other like a magnet. Breath in. Stay for a breath out. 2 more like that. All right, one more big breath in and release to the earth. We'll only rest for a moment. We're going to continue to lengthen and lift, working those mid-back muscles. Shalabhasana A to begin. So lift the arms, lift the legs. In fact, imagine the pinkies could seek each other too. They won't touch, but that action of darting back and in towards the midline. And this time, if you can bring the hands together, you'll interlace, draw the knuckles back. Don't let the hands rest on your butt. Instead, lift them, even if it's slightly, lift them and draw them back behind you, as if I grabbed your wrists and I pulled. Take another full breath in and release, exhale. Awesome work. I can just tell you guys are working hard, amazing, the discipline to get up, or just knowing what you need on a Saturday morning. I'm so grateful you're here. All right, one last back bend. So either of those 2 options, or you can graduate towards this, but starting on your belly, chin down, then lifting on an inhale, the legs, the arms, Shalabhasana A. You can go to B, or you can go to C, which is bending the knees and catching your ankles. So this is known as bow pose, like a bow, an arrow. I don't know where the arrow is, it's more just the bow. The chest is reaching forward, the feet are kicking away, very much like dancer, but with 2 legs bound. So create space between the chest and the feet, but draw in and up, maybe open the throat, gaze up, take one more big breath in, and release, exhale. TikTok the feet side to side. Let it go. Full breath in. Full breath out. Opposite cheek to the earth. A deep breath in. Deep breath out. Nice work. You'll press yourself up to tabletop, and then you'll spin the legs out in front of you. And we're going to come to a bridge pose first. So knees point towards the sky, feet are on the earth. And it might be enough for you to just walk your shoulder blades towards each other, or you take your hands underneath you, lift the hips, shoulder blades come even closer. Leverage the back of the head, that gentle pressing down. And then imagine you were standing, we'll stay where we are, but we're standing, and you had your hands bound like this behind you. The chest would be broadening, but you'd also be trying to drop the shoulders. So imagine pulling gently the shoulders towards your heels, the sides of the neck lengthening. Take another full breath in, bridge, and then drop your seat, exhale. You'll take your legs to the sky, and then you're gonna lift your chest. We're gonna climb the rope, go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You're gonna turn it into bicycles. Go left elbow to right knee. 1, 2, no rush. 3, 4, kicking on every side. Boom. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet on the earth, knees to the sky. Breath in. Side away. Setu Bandha, second bridge pose. Make sure you can raise your heels, lift your hips. And I don't know if it's a result of knowing that we won't have more snow. That seems implausible. So kind of appreciating what's happening right now and the absurdity of it. The flakes are really light and thick and kind of dancing. All right, take another big breath in. And then hips to the mat, legs to the sky. Here we go. Climb rope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 10, 9. Really lift the shoulders so you feel the belly. Lower back on the mat. Last 3, 2, 1. Yoga bicycles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, for the last 20 to 30 seconds, if you need more abs, do them. If you need a back bend, come with me. Setu Bandha. Knees point up, feet on the floor, or your wheel pose if you know it. I'm not taking it, but I'll give you some tips. If you're taking wheel, feet would stay where they are. Hands would come back behind you by your ears, and the elbows would draw in towards the midline, like chucked around the arms as you press up. Otherwise, if you're doing your abs, great choice. If you're in your back bend, you've got 2 more breaths. All right, 1 more big breath in and release, exhale. Let's take the knees to knock together, feet wide, simply knee knocking pose. Breath in. Deep breath out. Back heavy. Nice job. Know where to be, even when we have limited places to be. For some of us, this is a super challenging time. So wishing all those people that are struggling right now a little bit of ease. We can get that for ourselves. It's the first way we can do it, but then we can certainly share that sentiment for others. And you'll bring the knees and give them a squeeze. You'll stay on your back if this is where you'd like your hip opener, or you'll rock up to seated. You could also take a fire log pose, double seated pigeon, or pigeon prone. So you'd come to down dog, sweep your right leg through. That's the one I'll demonstrate. Right leg forward, back leg long, and heel points up towards the ceiling. This can be enough, this wringing of the hip. So one hip is stretching in pigeon, and one is opening. And then the hands can come forward and you can drop a little closer to the earth, but don't lose that leverage of pressing the earth away and drawing the heart forward, away from your back foot. Just settle in whatever hip opener you've chosen is your choice. And that's a great thing. Patient to my colleagues recently, and reading a lot more, doing a lot more meditation, and just it reminds me a lot of our yoga in that there's different types of meditation. That it's a practice, it's a repetition. So whether it's breath, breathing in, breathing out, and following that, or a mantra, or a guided meditation, but it really is a practice, and it's very similar in the sense that it's not perfect. It can feel really good, it can feel frustrating, but a lot of the techniques repeat, much like our practice. What's at the foundation? We breathe in, we breathe out, we expand, we come back home. And we try to keep it as simple as possible. All right, one more breath in. Come out of your hip opener. Let's set it up on the other side. So whichever one you've chosen, if it's pigeon, you sweep the left leg forward, right leg long. And then same thing here. When you're ready, getting a little closer to the earth. And the body is so hardwired, all these habits. You know, we talk about the edge in power yoga, or we talk about the edge in this sort of practice, and it's not pushing to an edge or past an edge unintelligently. It's noticing where you're stuck in a habit, and that can be any type of habit. And to say, ooh, is there something different? Is there more? And more being usually something different. That's that skill of listening and responding that's so powerful that no one can take away from us. Give yourself one more big breath in. And come out of that side. We'll all end up on our backs, and you'll find a block to set up for waterfall or hip stand, but the legs come to the sky. And we're going to stay here for about 45 seconds with the legs high. And you could also take shoulder stand. I like to put a block under my seat. Or the benefit of practicing at home, you have plenty of your own wall space. Bring the legs to the wall. Arms can come by your sides if that helps you. Relax the shoulders back, the upper back. Really connect it to the earth, heavy. You could close the eyes, know where to be, just letting the legs reach up towards the sky, letting the earth hold you. Here we are in between. The face is soft as you take another breath in. As you let it go, begin to come out, drop the legs, remove the block. Let's take the right knee in as we extend the left leg. Simple twist. Shoulders still heavy, seeking the earth. Come back to center, lengthen the right leg, left knee comes in. Simple twist to the opposite side. And we'll go a couple minutes over for Shavasana. I'm really trying to stay on time, so you'll give me this pass today. And we'll work on it for next week, but I'd love you to have a rest, either with the class on or not. So lengthen the body, the legs, let the feet flop off to the side, head heavy, resting in Shavasana, whatever might tempt you to come out of or skip Shavasana, no one can wait. It's just a couple of minutes for you to just simply be nothing to do, not even to control the breath, just to rest. Shavasana. All right, you're welcome to stay longer in Shavasana, otherwise we'll come out together. Big breath in, big breath out. Give the knees a squeeze, rock onto your right side. Don't skip this moment. I know it's so easy to do at home. I find myself doing it too. But a little fetal position, head on your shoulder, your arm on the mat. Just a moment to remind yourself, showing up, being here, anywhere is enough. Being in the moment. The heart surrenders everything to the moment. It's the mind that judges or holds back. And then let's come to seated. As we arrive, hands to heart center. Let's take a moment to close with an Om, the way we began. Big breath in. And the light in me very much appreciates and honors, really misses the light in you. So I'll see you again soon. I'll see you here or wherever I see you. Great, thank you. Namaste. Have a good weekend.